Hi everyone, welcome to Activity 6. This is the final activity for Unit 1, so it's your summative or culminating, depending on the language that you prefer to use. It consists of 2 assignments, so we're going to talk about the information leading up to those assignments, then how those 2 assignments are broken down. So for the Minds On section, I want you to review what it means to find the main idea, because that's going to form a big part of your actual assignment. So do this activity where you're watching this video about Deke Malloy. You're going to learn about that. Identify your main idea. Take a little quiz. See if you were right. Very simple, very straightforward. Then I want you to think about how you did on the quiz and just see if there's any areas you need to review. Was there anything that you missed? Now, there's also an embedded activity where you find supporting evidence. Click on the different options so you can see what the topic, main idea, and supporting details are. So it's going to highlight those in the reading so that you can really get a clear visual about the different parts of this paragraph and this information. Click next and proceed through the activity. Now, what's really important is that you are thinking about how you're going to create supporting details to the main idea of whatever it is you are summarizing. The biggest area I find where students struggle is they tell me a lot about what the article or what the case study was about, but they don't actually give me the evidence. So they might say, such and such a person was experiencing abuse and this led to trauma, and they'll talk about that experience, but they don't say, for example, and give me the specific information about it, or they don't say according to this statistic and give me specific information. Remember, your specific information is often in the form of numbers or data or primary evidence. So you want to make sure you're giving me good supporting evidence. So here's some information about how do you find the topic, main ideas, and supporting evidence. And there's an article for you to read. Again, this is embedded. So you're going to read through that article, and then you're going to put in your topic, main idea, and supporting details here, and then check your results just as a practice to make sure that you're kind of on track. Then there'll be a reflection about your summarizing skills. All of this before you get to the action piece. Now, in the action piece, we're going to talk about the inquiry process again. Now, this is step 3 of the inquiry process. So now you're processing information. So first you identified your question. Then you did your research. Now you're processing information for step 3. Again, it's our same graph, our same chart. We're at this section, processing information. So you want to make sure you go through that again. And then writing a summary and how to write a summary. So this gives you step-by-step the details that you want to look for when writing a summary. This is what I'm going to be looking at. I've also included a rubric that will help guide you with what you're doing for writing your summary. Now, here's where you can look at a first draft of a summary. You're going to read an article about homeless youth, highlight the article, reread the sections, write your first draft, compare your draft with the summary rubric, and then save that, says, to your portfolio. Okay, so just hold on to that for now. Here are some exemplars where you're going to look at what a level 1, 2, 3, and 4 are for the same article you've just read. Once you've done that, you're going to do the summary final version. This is what you're submitting to me for activity 6, and this is assignment 1. So what you're doing here is you're revising your summary, making any changes, determining and telling me what level you think it reflects. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and explain why using the exemplars and the language in the exemplars to support what you're telling me. So if you think this is a level 4, then you need to go back to what a level 4 is and identify where your summary has met those criteria. Then you're going to reflect on the process. So tell me about what you learned by doing this and provide a citation for this summary. So you have to put together an actual citation. You can use Citation Machine, EasyBib, anything like that. Submit it, clicking on this link here. Part 2, don't forget part 2. Putting it all together. So now you're going to review what an annotated bibliography is. You're going to watch a video about that outlines the information. You're going to do some practice work. And you're going to read, if you want, some supplementary resources. So these are university-based resources from Cornell, Concordia, and Purdue that tell you how to do annotated bibliographies. And then you're going to actually create an annotated bibliography. So that's the second assignment for activity 6 for your final unit assignment. So select a topic that interests you. It can be human behavior, society, whatever you're interested in. It could be one that you've already talked about in the Unit 1 itself, or it can be a new topic. That's up to you. Find some databases, find 4 resources related to this topic. Create an annotation for each source. Now make sure you have at least one journal article from a database like ERIC. Okay, and be sure that your annotated bibliography is in alphabetical order. That's really, really important, and that you're using APA format. Once you've completed that annotated bibliography, hit submit, and that's the second part of your assignment 6, and you're finished Unit 1. The only thing left to do is this optional survey. I'd really appreciate if you did this. What this does is it gives me some information about how you viewed your learning and your learning goals throughout the first unit. So it's good for you, and it's good for me to reflect on as well. Once you're finished, then give yourself a little break, and we're going to move right into Unit 2 in a few days. Thank you very much.